Well, welcome back to Fill in Your Grill. It's uh, it's a sad day for Cowboys fans. I know some Cowboys fans are probably pretty happy about this, which they shouldn't be. Tony Romo, whatever the league wants to say about him, whatever Stephen A. Smith wants to say about him, he's probably the most underrated quarterback in the last, I'd probably say, decade. That man has done so much for the Cowboys. He's saved Jerry Jones's ass for being a terrible GM and putting no team around him. He's saved the entire organization by keeping the Cowboys relevant, even if it was for bad things like throwing untimely interceptions, which he hasn't done for the past 6 years. It's amazing to me that some people think that Romo is a horrible quarterback because he throws interceptions. Do you know who's thrown the most interceptions in the past 5 years on average? Eli Manning. He has 2 rings. No one wants to talk about that. Let's leave that one alone. Tony Romo, in his career, and I'm going to compare him to another quarterback right now, and I want all of you to guess who I'm comparing him to. Yards, 34,036 for Romo to 30,734. Okay, it's not that big of a gap. Actually, that's a pretty huge gap. 114 interceptions for Romo, 299 for other quarterback. 244 touchdowns to 225. 244 for Romo, 225 for the other. And a 97.2 rating, quarterback rating for Romo, and a 93.5 rating for the other quarterback. Now we're going to get back to that. I'm not going to tell you who the other quarterback is just yet. Tony Romo is the definition of a warrior. That man has come back in games with a punctured lung, broken ribs. He's come back into games with a herniated disc. He's come back into games where he shouldn't have been playing. And you know what? People say he's injury prone, but that guy had no offensive line for the first 10 years of his career. He only recently got one. In the first year he had one, and they actually decided to say, hey, maybe we should run the ball behind this line. They went 12-4. And they lost to Green Bay. We're not going to talk about the catch because I think I've talked about that enough. Tony Romo also had the stigma of not being a leader for the reason, and the only reason being, that he wore his hat backwards. Now, if he played anywhere but Dallas, Tony Romo would be considered probably a top 10 quarterback. But because he plays for Dallas and he's under the spotlight, he's Tony Ono, which is complete bullshit. I'm sorry. It's like I'm starting to get angry now. So let's just talk about how everyone talks about his playoff record. He's 2-6. Okay. Of those 8 games, Tony Romo had a top 10 defense, a total amount of times of 0. Because Jerry Jones thinks it's more relevant to keep the Cowboys in the conversation than to actually build a team around the guy that's carrying your team. Now, we've all heard the saying in sports that this guy broke his back for this team. It's actually legitimate for Romo because he's broken his back twice for this team with nothing to show for it except for passing stats and records and all of that. Like, at the end of the day, we all know what matters, and it's things that go on these. And that's what Tom Brady has. The other quarterback that I was discussing earlier is Tom Brady. Tony Romo's regular season stats compared to Brady are better in all but one category, which is interceptions. Which is fair enough, because Romo's a gunslinger, Brady's more of a quick pass on the slant get the ball out fast. So he throws a lot of high percentage throws, and he succeeds at that, which is actually very similar to what the new starting quarterback for the Cowboys does, Dak Prescott. Quick throws, quick reads, and I get the ball out quick, and I get it to the guy that's open. I don't care if you're Des Bryant. I don't care who you are. You're getting the ball. Now, Tony Romo, he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys that he's much maligned by the league because of the media, and that's not fair. I'm tired of the media ruining someone's career because they just decide, oh well, this guy bobbled a snap on his first year starting when he shouldn't have even been holding the ball, so the rest of his career is going to be a joke. No, Romo's in the top 5 in the history of NFL quarterbacks. Period. Stats wise. Regular season stats, mind you. Yes, I know his playoff stats, whatever. But barring a controversial call, I won't say bad call because I don't want to be biased, but a controversial call against Green Bay 3 years ago in 2014, Romo would have led the team back from another comeback victory against Green Bay and gone to the NFC Championship game against Seattle, whom Romo destroyed in the regular season. Would they have won the Super Bowl that year? Probably not. But he would have at least made it. Now the question remains, does Romo get in the Hall of Fame? I don't think he does. Even though he has the stats to back it up, I just don't see it at all. It's a shame because he put up such great numbers, but it's all regular season, and all that matters for the Hall of Fame is playoffs. If you really look at the Hall of Fame, unless your name's Terrell Owens and you just get screwed over because you have a bad attitude. But yeah, I just want to say goodbye to Tony Romo. It was an absolute pleasure to watch you play for the last decade and few years. It's gonna suck to see you go, especially if you go for nothing. I'll be really pissed about that. But yeah, this is actually really hard for me because I've watched Tony Romo for a really big portion of my life, and it just really sucks to see him go. But yeah, that's my rant. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram. And my next segment's going to be about the pre-draft after free agency is done. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.